Let's talk about Big Brother 28, episode 21. This is the Veto Power episode with OTV. All right. From the beginning to the end, for a recap, this was pure butter. I didn't expect everything to happen because a lot of the main things happened towards the end. And the Big Brother editing, I couldn't figure out why they were a little slow on getting towards the competition. Well, there was a lot of talk going on in the house about what to do after Yash nominated Dee, Haley, and Angela. Well, the 5K, the $5,000 bribe on Yash did not work, so he nominated Dee. She's just not feeling good because of that. She wasted her bribe power, but I think she still gets to keep the $5,000, or she may be able to use it again in the future. They haven't made that clear yet. Next, Yash is not sure who he wants to really lead. And he felt that way at the beginning. And we'll get to at the end when he kind of sided with someone. Next, Camus was talking because he is thrilled to have Dee on the block. He wants Dee off of the block. On the block. He wants her on the block. So he's thrilled about it. And he, talks to Yash about it, how happy he is that he chose her. Angela gets sympathy from Barrett. Barrett wants to play in the upcoming game to win and take Angela off. Him and Angela have been bonding. Next, Haley was just reminiscing because she misses her ally, Chuck. And then there's Yash, that got mad about Dee talking about Drew. He got that information from someone, and so he's all upset about that. But the only thing why he's upset, he doesn't realize that he tried to tell Drew about it, but Drew doesn't care because he wants to ally with a stronger player, which he feels is Dee, and he likes Dee. So he understands this a game, which is very mature of a young person his age, that he would look at it in that way. So he analyzed it and realized he wasn't mad at Dee. Then I believe that Drew actually went and told Dee this. So Dee has Yash on her mind as being upset with him. Next, Camus is still thrilled about Yash putting Dee up on the block. And Camus' personality is changing a little bit. He's becoming more devious. I would say I would have been more on Camus' side previously, but now he looks like he's just kind of slipping over into the dark side, as Star Wars would say. So the game begins to start. Melody, Barrett were drafted to play in the game. Melody wants to play. Melody wasn't really wanting to play, but she was drafted. But Barrett said he wanted to play to be able to take someone off, which would be Dee, and then that would also keep him from being put up if one of the other players wins, because he's heard through the scuttlebutt around the house that he is possible to be put on the block. So he's not close to Yash or Camus. And on this, I predicted that Haley was going to win the game. But after looking at this, I realized I was wrong. Camus is being seen as dangerous by Dee. And then they go back to the era of 9/26, 1950. So they're going back. Drew yelled out, "Boomer age," and I I didn't know what to think about that because I'm a boomer myself, and so when he yelled that out, but it wasn't in a malicious way. He just knew that the time period was boomer time, and so he said boomer time, and so they go and play with OTEP. OTEP hadn't looked better in years. I mean, he looks the same horrible way, and this is always a messy, messy game. And I would not be able to play it because it's just too much activity. Meaning that you have to climb up, climb down on a sliding rope to go through green, meshy water. You got to be sprayed with water before you go down to get clues. And they're looking for clues like who about movie clips. I mean, photos of people who've done things in the house. You know, one of those typical OTEP things. Well, once again, it was really messy, and I was hoping for Dee to come out on it, but she went out midway. And of all people that were in the contest, who was it that got picked? Melody and Barrett, they lost too. So it ended up being Yash winning that, and boy, he was happy. After that, he was in the HOH room dancing in the mirror, happy that he's going to keep everything the same and get D out. Because, you know, still they got another veto coming for the 3 that are going to be on the block. So he was just happy about it, and then Camus was happy about it, smiling. I mean, they were just both of them just Cheshire cats when that happened. They knew they had it. Well then, Devin considers using his power, his prize power that we all voted him for. And so at first he didn't want to use it. He wanted to delay it. But D is his ride or die. And he thought about not using it. Dee knew he thought about not using it. She did talk with him. And then he remembered that Jeff Probst from Survivor, mentioned why he didn't use his power of veto or some power he had to stay in the game, and he got voted out with a power. And he said he woke up and thought about that. I do not want to leave out of this house without using my power. And so he used it at the veto time. Once Yash had put the veto away, was getting ready to put it away, it was so dramatic. This was pure butter for Big Brother. He puts his veto power symbol in the box and getting ready to close it with the traditional Big Brother thing. And then Devin stood up and said, I'm not going to miss the chance to lose this power. He's going to take his friend D off the block. He did. And then he said he got the chance also. Devin could nominate the next person. Camus was the one he nominated. And you could see his face before when this was happening. Camus was just smiling, laughing, talking. He knew he had this in the bag, getting D out. He just focused in on her, which was really crazy. I don't know why he's focused in on her, but they were wanting to get out a legend. And so one of the legends in there. And so when he said that about removing D, you should have seen Camus' face. It just dropped to a, like, what is happening here? And then when he named him, he said, okay, they got me. Somebody heard something and reported it back to him, D and Devin, and he's up on that block with Angela and Haley. Now, this is going to be a great veto game to Thursday night because you don't know who's going to win. Haley is as fit as Wonder Woman. and Camus is as fit as Batman. And Angela, we just not going to include Angela in that. We know she's going to lose, but because she can't play, she's the best one to keep in the house. So it'd have to be between Haley and Camus, because Angela can't win competitions, and it hasn't been known for really winning competitions. So I would keep her in just to keep it go to the end. Now she could accidentally win at the end, but right now it looks like Angela is just a pawn to get to the other two. So it's between really Haley and oh boy. Now, I really enjoyed this. Like I said, it was really a butter episode at the end. This is when you think all is lost, but it turns out it wasn't, because of Devin. Devin not wanting to make the same mistakes he made on Survivor changed this game on a dime. So it's going to be good to see how Haley and Devin compete in the last veto competition, and then before the vote, to see who is the one that's going to be evicted. All right, this is what happened. This is my recap. Please make sure you like and what's the other one? Subscribe. Yeah, and not that it really matters, since we're going to be doing the 8,000 hours. You know, I'm not even worried about that. So life goes on, you know. And so, but that's what's going to be going on Big Brother. Is another excellent episode, and we'll see what happens on the next one. Talk to you soon. Thank you for being here.